Ladies and gentlemen, we all in life isn't always easy. We all face our struggles, our challenges, and those moments when it feels like we're just stuck, spinning our wheels. But I'm here to remind you today, better days are coming. How do I know this? Because struggles are not permanent. They are what shape us into the person we are becoming. You know, we often believe that when we're going through the tough times, it means something is wrong with us or that we're doing something wrong. But here's the truth. Your struggles are not a sign that you're weak. In fact, they are a sign that you're growing. They're shaping you into someone who is stronger, more resilient, and more capable than you were before. Every challenge, every setback, every failure is building you in ways you might not even understand yet. Think about it. How many times have you faced something that at first seemed impossible, only to find out later that it was exactly what you needed to face in order to grow? The things you struggle with today are preparing you for the bigger challenges ahead. They're teaching you lessons that will help you when you face even tougher situations. What seems like a battle now will be the thing that makes you unstoppable later. The discomfort, the frustration, the uncertainty, they're all part of the process. They're not meant to break you, they're meant to make you. And here's something important to remember. You don't need to have all the answers right now. You don't need to know exactly how things are going to turn out. All you need to do is keep moving forward. Even when it feels like nothing is changing, trust that something is happening beneath the surface. Strength doesn't come from avoiding challenges, it comes from pushing through them, from facing them head on, even when you don't feel ready. And I promise you, you will be ready. The more you face, the more you overcome, the stronger you become. So every time you hit a wall, every time life seems to throw you down, take a step back and recognize what's really happening. It's not a punishment, it's a preparation for what's ahead and a reminder of how capable you really are. Keep going, because every single struggle you face is making you the person you are meant to be. The person who is capable of incredible things, the person who can handle whatever comes next. And that, my friends, is how strength is built, step by step, moment by moment, even when you don't see it. Let me tell you something that most people don't like to hear. Success is not a quick fix. It doesn't just show up one day because you wanted to or because you've had a good week. It's a journey, and one that requires consistent effort, focus, and patience. The truth is, most people look at success and think it's something that happens in an instant, like flipping a switch. But let's be real. Meaningful success takes time. It's the result of putting in the work when no one is watching, when the results aren't obvious, and when it feels like nothing is moving forward. Think about it for a second. How many things in your life have you achieved that came easily? Probably not many. And the things that did come easily didn't feel nearly as rewarding, did they? The things that were hard, that took you months or years of effort, those are the ones that truly shaped you. They're the ones that make you feel proud. Those moments when you feel like giving up, when you question if it's all worth it, that's when you need to remind yourself real growth happens in the grind. It's easy to get discouraged when you don't see immediate results. But let me remind you, everything that's truly worth having takes time. You're building something that lasts, not something that's here today and gone tomorrow. Every small effort you make is compounding, even if it feels like nothing is changing. Each step is a brick in the foundation of your success. It's the daily commitment, the small sacrifices, and the repeated actions that eventually lead you to the finish line. It's about showing up every single day, even when you're not seeing instant gratification. Remember, overnight success is a myth. The most successful people you see didn't get there by snapping their fingers. They stayed the course through the ups and downs, through the confusion, through the struggle. And because they did, they were ready when the right opportunity came. So don't rush it. Stay patient. Trust the process. What you're doing right now, even on the hard days, is laying the groundwork for your future. Keep showing up, keep working, because success doesn't happen overnight, but with time it will come. And when it does, you'll know that you earned it. Let's get real for a moment. Life is messy. You can't control the challenges that come your way, the people who try to bring you down, or the unexpected twists that throw you off course. But here's where you have incredible power. You have control over how you respond to all of it. Yes, things will go wrong. Yes, there will be moments when you feel overwhelmed, helpless, and frustrated. But the key to navigating all of this is remembering that you get to decide how you handle it. So often we get stuck in the idea that we need to control everything around us. We want to plan for every outcome, make sure things go perfectly and avoid every mistake. But the truth is, the more you try to control things that are beyond your reach, the more you'll feel like you're losing your grip on life. Instead, what you can control, the one thing that's always within your reach, is your attitude. How you show up to the world, how you choose to think about the situation, how you choose to act despite the challenges, that's where your power is. Life doesn't owe you perfect circumstances. In fact, it's often the hard moments, the messy situations, and the moments where things fall apart that teach you the most valuable lessons. When everything feels out of your control, you get to choose your mindset. You get to decide whether you're going to react with frustration or with grace. Whether you're going to let that setback define you or whether you'll choose to rise above it. Whether you're going to let that person's negativity pull you down or whether you'll stand strong, grounded in who you are and what you believe. The real magic happens in your response. When things don't go as planned, instead of sinking into despair, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I grow from this? How can I use this to push myself to be better? You'll be amazed at how much more resilient and empowered you'll feel when you focus on what you can control, the actions you take, the thoughts you entertain, the choices you make in the moment. It doesn't matter what the world throws at you. What matters is how you decide to face it. So next time life gets tough, remember, you may not be able to control what's happening around you, but you always have control over how you choose to respond. And that, my friend, is where your true power lies. We spend so much time waiting for the right time, don't we? We tell ourselves that we're going to change when we have everything lined up perfectly. We'll take that leap when we feel fully prepared. But here's the hard truth. There is no perfect moment. If you keep waiting for the stars to align, you'll be waiting forever. The perfect moment that you think is just around the corner, it doesn't exist. And even if it did, it would pass by before you knew it. So why wait for it? The reality is, perfection isn't the goal, progress is. Every step you take, no matter how small, moves you closer to where you want to be. But if you sit there waiting for everything to be just right, you'll miss out on the growth that comes from simply doing. So often we get caught up in our own heads thinking we need to have every detail figured out. We convince ourselves that once we have the perfect plan, we'll be ready to go. But the truth is, the only way to figure things out is to take that first step, even when you don't have all the answers. It's in the doing that you find clarity. It's in the experience that you discover what works and what doesn't. You can't predict the outcome from the sidelines. You have to get in the game. What's even worse than making mistakes or failing is never starting in the first place. The longer you wait, the more you're putting off the life you want to create. And trust me, there will always be an excuse not to start. There will always be a reason to wait. But that's just fear talking, convincing you that you're not ready, that you need more time, more knowledge, more resources. The reality is you already have everything you need to begin. All you need is the courage to start. You don't need to know how everything is going to turn out. You don't need to be fully prepared. You just need to start right here, right now. The perfect moment isn't out there waiting for you. It's right here in front of you in the decision you make today. It's in your willingness to move, even if you don't have it all figured out. So don't wait for perfection. Don't wait for the right time. The time is now. The only thing holding you back is the story you tell yourself about why you're not ready. Let go of that and take that first step. Because when you do, you'll realize that the perfect moment was never a destination, it was just a decision. You know those days when you wake up and everything feels off, when the weight of the world seems too heavy and your energy is just drained. We've all had them. Those days when you feel like giving up, when you question if it's all worth it, or wonder if you're making any progress. And in those moments, it's so tempted to stop, to sit down, to let go and let the world pass by. But here's what I want to remind you of. Those are the days that matter most. It's easy to keep moving when everything is going well, when you're feeling on top of the world, when the sun is shining. But real growth doesn't come when it's easy, it comes when it's hard. The days you don't feel like moving are often the very ones that will define your success. Why? Because success isn't built on perfect days. It's built on the days where you show up even when it feels like your tank is empty. It's built on the days you push through discomfort, when every part of you wants to quit, but you choose to keep going anyway. So when you feel like you're stuck, when you feel like you're just spinning your wheels, remind yourself that this is part of the process. Progress is not linear, it's messy, it's unpredictable, and there will be days when it feels like you're moving backward instead of forward. But that doesn't mean you're failing. It means you're growing. Every small step, every action you take, no matter how insignificant it may seem in the moment, is getting you closer to where you want to be. Here's the thing, you don't have to feel motivated every single day to make progress. In fact, motivation is often fleeting, but discipline, determination, and consistency, that's what gets you through. Even if all you can do is take one tiny step forward, even if you're moving slower than you'd like, you're still moving. And that's enough. It doesn't matter how fast you go. What matters is that you keep going. Because let's face it, if you stop now, you'll never see the result of your hard work. If you quit just because you feel tired or discouraged or frustrated, you'll miss out on the breakthrough that's waiting for you just around the corner. So keep going. Even when you're tired, even when you don't feel like it, even when you feel like nothing is changing. The reality is you are closer than you think, and your perseverance today will be the reason you look back and say, I made it. Let me tell you something that I need you to believe deep in your bones: better days are coming. I know that right now it might feel impossible to see them. I know that sometimes it feels like the clouds will never part, like the weight you're carrying is never going to lift. But I promise you, this moment is not forever. The struggles you face today are temporary. The pain, the frustration, the exhaustion, they will not last. And on the other side of all of this, there are brighter days waiting for you. When you're stuck in the middle of a storm, it's hard to imagine sunshine ever breaking through. It feels like things will never improve, like you're trapped in this cycle with no way out. But here's the truth: everything in life is temporary. No season lasts forever. And just as the dark clouds bring rain, they eventually pass and the sun shines through again. What you're going through right now, no matter how tough it seems, is only one chapter in your story. And the next chapter is full of new opportunities, new beginnings, and fresh hope. We all go through periods of hardship where we question ourselves, our decisions, and even our purpose. But you know what I've learned. It's in the tough times that we build the resilience we need to move forward. Without those hard moments, we wouldn't appreciate the good ones when they arrive. We wouldn't recognize the beauty of progress or how far we've come. So even though it might feel like you're not making headway right now, trust that this season of struggle is only preparing you for something better, something bigger, something that's meant for you. I want you to hold on to that hope, especially when things are tough, when the days feel long, when the weight on your shoulders feels heavy, and when it seems like everyone else is moving ahead while you're stuck. Remind yourself, this isn't the end of the story. The life you want is still out there. The breakthroughs you're waiting for are still coming. Better days are not just a distant dream, they are your reality in the making. And all this time you've been struggling. It's making you stronger, it's building your character, and it's preparing you for what's next. So don't give up now. The breakthrough you're hoping for is closer than you think. The light at the end of the tunnel is shining brighter than you realize. You're already on the path to it, even if you can't see it yet. The strength you're building in this moment, the perseverance you're showing, will pay off. Better days are on their way, and when they arrive, you'll look back and realize that all the pain, all the effort was worth it. Keep going, because your story is far from over, and the best parts are yet to come. As we wrap up today, I want to leave you with this thought: better days are coming. But those days will come because of the choices you make today. Yes, life is filled with struggles, setbacks, and moments when it feels like you're stuck in a storm. But remember, it's not the storm that defines you. It's how you weather it. It's how you choose to respond, how you keep moving forward, even when you don't feel like it. It's how you keep putting one foot in front of the other day after day, even when you can't see the results yet. You don't need to wait for a perfect moment to start. In fact, waiting for everything to be just right will only keep you stuck in the same place. The time is now. Take that first step, even if it's small. Keep going even when it's hard. And trust that every struggle, every challenge is making you stronger. The better days you're hoping for are not far away, they're coming. And the work you're putting in today is the foundation of the future you've been dreaming of. So, keep going. Keep pushing. The breakthrough you've been waiting for could be just around the corner. Stay strong, stay committed, and never forget that you have the strength to handle whatever comes your way. Better days are on their way. And when they arrive, you'll know that every step, every challenge, and every moment of perseverance led you to where you are meant to be. Thank you.